The break is over and fights are back, and that means we have a whole bunch of different ways to make some money while watching those fights. One of my favorite ways is PrizePicks. If you don't know what PrizePicks is, it's daily fantasy. You come in here, you say more or less than any of the numbers you see on the screen, you slap a few of them together, and then you can leave a very rich man. And while rich is a relative term, they will give you free money to play. The only thing you need to do to get that free money is go to wewantpicks.com/prizepicks, use promo code WWP, and as soon as you build yourself a little teeny weeny $5 entry, they will instantly give you $50 to do whatever you want with. You spend $5, they give you $50, immediately, instantly, do whatever you want. I'm about to give you an entry right now for UFC Paris, but you can see across the top, there's all sorts of different sports and you can mix and match. Get the promo code. wewantpicks.com/prizepicks, promo code WWP. I'm going to give you a nice little two-leg entry that I'm very confident in. If I were you, I would use that, throw $5 at it. You instantly have $50 and then do whatever you want to do. If you watch more sports than just MMA, then great. Go ahead and build yourself a football line because football does start this week. Let's go ahead and jump in. We're going to start with the popular fire emoji tab. This is my favorite tab. I love that they did this. They're basically like, hey, here's what everybody else is doing. You might want to take a closer look. And I usually jump on one or two of these lines, and that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to start with the higher on Paul Craig significant strike line. And I understand that Paul Craig is chinny and that guy hasn't won a fight since World War II. But the reality is he's going to land more than 16 strikes. He's definitely going to do that. If you run through his fight history, even in fights where he's getting blown out early, he is landing more than 16 strikes. And if we look at his opponent, Modestas Bukauskas, he's a good striker. He's got plenty of finishes, but he gets hit. He has a negative striking differential. We just need Paul Craig to do this 17 times and we're good. And he will do that 17 times. So I'm very confident in that. What PrizePicks shows you are the most popular lines that people are using. It doesn't show you if they're doing more or less. It just shows you the most popular ones. And you can see this is the most popular one, and I know why. And I'm sure everybody's doing the more, and we're going to do the same. If we look at Patricio Pitbull, they have it at 1.5 takedowns. While that seems like an easy more to me, I'm going to leave it alone. We just don't know enough about Qaeda. We just don't know enough. For all we know, his takedown defense is spectacular. For all we know, he's sprawling like crazy. He knocks out Pitbull in 5 seconds. Or he gets ragdolled and he's just another failed prospect in 2025. So we're going to leave that alone. While I'm recording this, we saw this Reese McKee one just pop up. And that's because I must have started recording when 99 people jumped on this line. And as soon as the 100th person did, it jumped up. It's 55.5 significant strikes. I'm sure the more is what people are jumping on there. Pretty durable guy. Fighting a short notice, somewhat durable guy as well. We're going to leave that alone. Mauricio Ruffy, Benoit Saint-Denis in the co-main event. I'm leaving that alone as well. That could go a million different ways. Mauricio Ruffy just spinning back heel kicked his way into like highlight reels forever. Benoit Saint-Denis is all hammer. He can be a nail. He gets finished. He finds finishes. He's also durable. Too much chaos. Nasruddin Imavov and Caio Borralho, I wanted to jump on the more on his 1.5 takedown line, and the only reason I didn't is I went deep dive in the stats. Nasruddin Imavov's only been taken down more than once, one time, and that was to All-American, I might even be a national champion wrestler, Phil Hawes. And then Caio Borralho, I was like, we got 5 rounds. Caio Borralho can grapple. He hasn't shot a takedown since 2023. Years. It's been years since this man has shot a takedown. I do like the over 1.5 here. So if you want to build a second entry or just add it to this one and make it a flex play, go for it. I mean, you have 25 minutes for this guy to get 2 takedowns. We did the same thing at UFC 319 UFC Shanghai with Aljamain Sterling. And it was dicey. Like, he was having so much success in his feet, he didn't even bother shooting a takedown till the very end. So we're going to leave that one alone. The Mason Jones takedown line, however, I am jumping on. 3.5 takedowns seems like a lot. That's 4 takedowns. He had 8 takedowns in his last fight. 2 fights before that, 8 takedowns as well. And what happens is when Mason Jones gets hit, he starts wrestling. And he's a good enough wrestler that he gets takedowns. And to make that even better, he has no control. So he takes people down, they pop back up, he has to take them down again. So while 4 is a very high number, Balaji Oki is such a good striker that Mason Jones is going to start shooting takedowns. I think he's going to get dotted up a little bit, and he's going to shoot takedowns. So I like the more there. Here's your popular entries. Let's go ahead and take a look at some others that were piquing my interest. The Sam Hughes, Shauna Bannon one, the more there I liked. I didn't jump on it because there are a few fights where Sam Hughes is just so all in on the wrestling that she doesn't get that many strikes, but the last 2 years, she's been cruising past this number. So then I said, let me go to the combo strikes. 119 strikes between the two of these women. The more there is something I like as well if you want to add that to your entry. What this does is basically saying, I don't care what side the majority of the strikes come from. I don't care how much each individual fighter gets. We're just going to say, are there 120 strikes landed in this fight, period, end of story. And I do think so. So I do like the more there. I almost jumped in on the higher on the Andreas Gustafsson, Rinat Fakhretdinov fight as well, because if you look at both of their fight histories, they cruised past that. Rinat landed 109 significant strikes in his last fight. Andreas did 98 in his last fight. If that's their last fight, we're almost at 200. Before that, Rinat had 70. Before that, 87. So these are numbers that are conducive of the over here. So my entry, the one that I've put up, the one that I placed my money on and I used was Paul Craig and Mason Jones. If you want to juice it a little bit and you want to add these two, because I do like these two, all of a sudden $20 wins you 200. You 10 times your payout. So you do what you want with your money. I stuck with the two. But if you want to juice it a little bit, 10 times the payout, go for it. That's why we love PrizePicks. Guys, the most important thing here is get your free money. WeWantPicks.com/PrizePicks, promo code WWP.